not tell you. A lot of adults overcomplicate this question by saying, well, what if it's a bomb? What if it's drugs? That's the issue I have with most adults. With children under 18, they always respond yes. They don't overcomplicate it. Now let's look at the question, can you keep a secret? When you respond yes, the child will tell you their secret. The adult, the teenager will tell you their secret. Once you've heard the secret, you say to them, for example, I have to break your trust and phone the authorities. I have to break your trust and phone the social worker. I have to break your trust and call, let's say, the police or the nurse, paramedics, etc. The point I'm trying to make is, you need to say yes first, allow the person to tell their secret. Once you've heard it, determine what to do and communicate those steps. I have to break your trust and call the police.
The legal practitioner says the next step is to get the authorities involved and never discuss the matter with the accused.
For example, I heard you've been sexually abusing your stepdaughter Juanita. My stepfather would deny it, obviously, and he'd hide the evidence. If there was evidence, he would hide it. Back in the old days, children were sexually abused. Nowadays, children are sexually abused and the abuser makes money. How? He or she sells photos and videos on the dark web. Do not ask the person, even if it's your husband or wife, did you abuse our son or daughter? That is very naive and ignorant. Don't do that, because they're going to deny it, which is what happened in my case. My stepfather was asked at 4, because it began with tickling, his hand slipped, he was asked not to let it happen again. I was told not to let it happen again, and it continued. The police were never informed. And some years later, when my family found out, I was maybe 7, my cousins disclosed my secret to them because they said yes. So I told them my secret. They disclosed it to their mother. The family found out. We're meant to have a conversation. The conversation never happened. The abuse continued because we didn't get the police involved. Do not have a discussion with the accused. Allow the police to investigate. If they're innocent, the evidence will support that. If they're guilty, the evidence will support this too. This is an important question, but to understand it fully, you've got to read the book. And
Headley said her desire is to inspire persons who have also been abused and to empower others to speak up and seek help.
And although I may still suffer from the effects of what I went through, insomnia is a big one, anger issues and some other. For me personally, I believe the past does not have to dictate the future, and so it's my desire to inspire people. When I was in school, I left at 15 with failing grades. I studied to be a chef. I worked in the United Nations in Switzerland, came back to England, went to university, did a year of maths and science, a year of police studies, a year of crime scene, eventually studied law, failed the bar exam twice in New York, never studied in New York, finally passed as an attorney. And I'm really encouraged by my own story that even though I may have been abused, some people think I'm screwed up because I was abused and a victim. Despite all of that, I was able to take the negatives and do so much productivity with it. And for me, by the grace of God, I'm not promiscuous, I'm not selling my body or anything of the like. Instead, my desire is to educate and empower people on this topic. I don't believe in awareness. Awareness to me is knowing and doing nothing. For example, it is sunny outside and you respond, I'm aware. I'm not here to raise awareness. I'm here to educate people with tools and empower them to act and to safeguard one another.
Along with promoting her book, Headley will be holding discussions on sexual abuse and human trafficking over the next 2 days at the Kingstown Baptist Church and the New Testament Church of God at Wilson Hill.